Hello and welcome to another lawn mowing live stream. It is Thursday, July the 24th, and we're going to be doing a lawn here of one of these clients. I did a live stream here a couple of times now. This is just a temporary mow while the client is recovering from an illness. So let's get started. Normally, I've been doing this one on Fridays, but because this is my first off week this week in terms of kind of summertime bi-weekly schedule mowing, so I'm mowing some lawns weekly still, and then the other lawns that drop off to like every 2 weeks. This is the first week that I'd be skipping some of those. So instead of doing this one on Friday, I'm going to do this one on Thursday today because I'm already pretty much done for the day. My hat all messed up, looking crooked there. In there. Shashank Tawari Aman says, hi, welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you jumping on. So yeah, this one is just a temporary mow for this client. I've been doing it. I've done about 2 or 3 mows here so far, just while they're recovering. And yeah, this lawn is actually in my own neighborhood. So this is where the neighborhood that I live in. So it's just a local neighbor here, I guess. I would walk past this house when my kids were little, and we'd be walking them to school. The elementary school is just behind their house there, and he'd always be out there and say hi and stuff. So that's how I kind of got to know this client. And again, he's just not feeling well, so asked if I could temporarily mow his property. So let's flip the camera around, and then we'll get started here. Got that on the holster, and then we'll get out there and get started. I'm also struggling today. I've been struggling actually all week. Got got gout last Thursday. Started happening in my left foot, so I am hobbling along, and the gout has caused some other issues to arise. Gout is very painful. For those that don't know, feels like a broken foot sometimes when it's really bad. But one thing that I've noticed is it's causing me to feel all of the kind of like bumps and dips in lawns that you would normally not feel. And I was doing a lawn yesterday that thankfully I was not streaming from because I was doing like this slope on the side, and I was walking along the slope and I stepped in something, whether it was a bump or a dip or something, and it caused a lot of pain in that foot. So it actually made me kind of like react to the pain, that I kind of like lifted my foot, which made me lose my footing or balance. And then my next step was even more awkward, and I rolled my ankle. And I thought for sure there for a few brief moments that I had actually broken my ankle. And like I say, luckily I wasn't recording at that time because it was just a steady stream of F-bombs coming out after that. But luckily it didn't break anything. But today, so on top of the gout, I've just got like a really sore ankle, and all my calf muscles and everything, tendons and things from rolling my ankle have just added to the things I'm dealing with today. I'm hobbling. Along. Got a bit of a sun glare on the screen, so I'll wait till I get into shady areas to see if there's comments. Welcome in your live stream. Yes, welcome. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate that. Appreciate you leaving some live chats. Always fun to interact with people. Let me know where you're watching from. You see, I'm trying to edge this bed, but I want to hack the actual plants, so I'm skipping around areas that are too close to the greenery. They're dusty, so dry. Summertime. The other side there. That's the side where I'm going to be mulching this one or bagging it. I've been doing a lot of mulching lately today. If I can steady the cam a bit. And it's going to be a bit more jittery as I walk with the limp that I currently have. And there's some leaves falling, so maybe I'll just bag it. Summertime leaves in the heat. There's some green in this area. Obviously, these garden beds are getting watered. bumpy lawn, gotta be careful. Again, with my foot, it's quite painful. All right, let's go grab the mower. So let's take out the mulch plug and we'll bag. Since there's leaves in the back, just because the leaves are brown, grass is green, so mulch leaves don't look very good unless you go over them and over them and over them so that they're small enough that they disappear. It's not worth the time. It's easier to just bag and do the mowing in one pass. In about 1.5, 1.5, 2 inches. Grab the tripod as well. Just put it in my pocket for the backyard. All right, let's get started on this one. 2 bars left on the battery. On the mower, I have mowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lawns so far on these batteries today. So this is the 6th lawn. And still half the batteries left. And that includes the mulching that I did, which I typically will then run the machine on the high mode when mulching. So pretty impressive. And I've been generally mowing a little bit slower because of my foot, which again makes it even more impressive. It means those blades are running longer than would normally. And since it's a first off week for me for the summer, was able to condense some of the mows that I have left to do into the 4 days. There won't be any stream, I don't think, tomorrow. As I think I'm gonna take the day off to rest my foot and just hang out with my wife. And I have an extended long weekend. Why not? Kind of makes up for a few weeks ago, the beginning of July the 1st, when we had the Canada Day long weekend, and I wasn't able to, because it was sort of in the middle of the week. I worked through the holiday, so I'll give myself the holiday now this week, since my foot could benefit from some rest. That's kind of that whole freedom, right? Part I love about lawn care, being a solo operator, is that don't need no pre-approval, don't need to request any authorization from a boss, take the day off, just do it. Just do it. Now this could very well be the last cut on this lawn, because originally when they asked me, I could temporarily mow it for this month while they recover. That's all we talked about was the month of July. So we'll see. Maybe they'll extend it. Need some more. Either way, this one, like I said, because it's a neighbor, basically in the neighborhood. I live a few blocks over. But just kind of squeeze them into the schedule whenever I can each week. Typically it's been the Fridays, but see, I'm on this a lot slower than normal, but it's just because of my foot. A bit of pain. So looking forward to being done mowing for this week. Thankful that I can even walk. Last weekend it was kind of the peak of pain last weekend. So I spent Saturday and Sunday on crutches. Basically, I couldn't even put my foot on the ground. It was so painful. It typically happens to me a lot in the summer. So I went to the doctor this week. He's increased my normal medicines for gout. Red Rock Maintenance is in the house. Hey, how's it going, Scott? That's greener, yeah. This one is not too bad. They are. This is just a temporary mow. This client was not feeling well. It's actually a neighbor in my neighborhood that I used to walk by every morning when I used to walk my kids to school. He was always just friendly. I'd always chat with him and stuff. Kind of built up a relationship with him. My kids' elementary school is actually right back there. If you guys can see. Oops, wrong camera. There's the building there. Back there behind the park. They're just behind this fence, so I used to walk by his front. Oops, wrong camera again. Used to walk by his front, the front of this house every day, walking my kids to school. And the owner of this house was always putting around. Red Rock says, good heat wave here today. Yeah, I've heard you guys are cooking over there on the east side of the country there in Ontario. It's pretty warm here today too. Yeah, so this lawn here is just a temporary mow for, well, it's supposed to be only just the month of July, but we'll see. See how the client's feeling. Maybe they want me to extend it for the rest of the summer or something, who knows. So potentially this could be the last cut here. Maybe there'll be one more. Could be. That's it. Once I get this done, this little section right here, I will put the camera on the tripod so you guys can get a different viewpoint and POV style. So here's a nice little spot for the camera right here in the shade. Pull up my little portable tripod. Put the camera on there. Find a good spot here in the shade where the camera's not gonna overheat in the sun. I've had that happen. Red Rock says we have had no rain at all this summer. Lawns are so crispy. Yeah, that's crazy. We've had the last couple weeks finally no rain. But until that point, we've had some rain here and there, a week here, a day here or whatever. So we've lucked out that way. You can see by the trees too, a bit of a breeze, and it's been like that most days. So you get a little bit of the staggering heat, but not too bad. With a little bit of a breeze going by, even if it's warm air, it's still nice. Old bicycle here, garden accessory, pretty cute, under this tree. Phillips, it's called. Never heard of that brand of bicycle. Looks like it might be from the 70s. Kind of beach cruiser-esque style. Pretty rough shape. It's looked like it's been sitting outside for many years. Probably why it's a garden ornament now. Unfortunately, because obviously I've got the camera on the tripod, I can't see any comments at the moment. So I will check them when I get back towards the camera. Normally, like I said, I've been actually enjoying mulching, but because this lawn, you can see, you may not be able to see, but the leaves falling because of the heat. Leaves drop. Trees are trying to conserve energy, conserve moisture, so they're dropping leaves. So I decided to throw the bag on. Just bag it. It's easier than trying to mulch up the leaves. Whew. I'm gonna do this pass here and then I'll do a comment check. See if there's any questions you want me to answer. Reminds me of the neighborhood that I'm in. Red Rock says, will you be at the expo this year? I'm heading down. Lawns are so crispy. I'm not sure yet with the expo. Yeah, just not really sure. It's something I want to do this year, in all honesty. So, I haven't decided. I'd say I'm like 50-50 right now. 50% yes, 50% no. It's a long ways to go for me from the West Coast. It's like an entire day. Um, when I go, it's usually for content creation, right? It's to be able to make videos of equipment, talk to manufacturers, things like that. But I haven't really been feeling that lately. A lot of these companies. So I'm not sure I want to invest my time and money to go all the way over there this year. Still 2 bars on the battery. That's the 6th one. You've been, Scott, if you're still watching, have you been doing, I noticed you've been doing a lot of deck restaining and stuff. Is that your like normal summer gig when lawns slow down? Is do the deck refinishing there, or you just been enjoying the days on the lake? Let's see here. Wait a minute, Exo, have you had any issues with battery equipment? No, I love the battery equipment. I would never go back to gas equipment. In fact, I was doing a client today, this morning, and the next door neighbor was using a steel BG like 55 handheld two-stroke blower right beside me, and I almost puked, throwing up at the smell of the two-stroke, which is ironic, having used it for 16, 17 years. That now on my 20th season, 3 years into battery, I can't stand the smell of two-stroke. Red Road Maintenance, I'd like to get some trimmers as we've had non-stop issues with equipment this year. I just don't know what brand to go with. Yeah, there's just so many options. The Milwaukee, I would say, I think of all of the battery ones, I've tried 4 different brands now, long term. The Milwaukee, so far, I've only had it for a month, month and a half, but I would say it's probably the best value I would give it for what you get. And the battery, like, I can't believe, like I said, this is the 6th lawn that I've mowed today, and it just dropped down to one bar left on the battery. So pretty darn good. Average, I get about 7 lawns. Derek Hurst. Hey, Derek. I haven't seen or talked to you in such a long time. Wow. At least one of us is working. Look at you mowing and streaming, me just watching you mow. Yeah, does it bring back memories for you? Good old days? Your mowing days? You moved, right? You were in the Okanagan, I think, area, but you moved to Alberta, was it? Red Rock Maintenance. I had a company do ads for me for staying cleaning decks. We've done a lot this year. Yeah, that's awesome. I've been seeing on your Instagram. We actually haven't been in the boat very much. So busy, and I knocked my head off a low deck on Monday, and well, concussion. Oh no, that's no good. Warrior One. Hey, welcome Warrior One. How's it going? Just bought the high lift blade for Milwaukee Lawnmower. That thing is a beast. I use it with the trim mode, cuts grass like butter. Yeah, the high lift blade is great, but it's more of a high performance mulching blade, I would call it. I wouldn't really call it a true high lift blade. There's lots of memories in Olds, Alberta. Nice. Are you still doing like the brewing stuff? The beer and the brewing? You think you actually killed your Honda commercial? Wow, that's impressive if it's lasted that long. I think the longest I've had a Honda, and I still have, is my very first one from 2005. I used that one for 10 years every day. Fantastic mower. Finally, the motor and transmission, everything mechanical, was still fantastic on it. It was the deck just rotted out from rust from all the years of mowing in the rain and wet grass here in the Pacific Northwest. In terms of battery mowers, I have used the Exmark Commercial 21 V Series. I've used the Echo DLM 2100. I've used the Crest commercial stuff, and now on to testing the Milwaukee lineup. The Milwaukee I really like too, because the biggest downside to the Milwaukee right off the bat, and this is something I'll have to test when it gets back to rain season. I just got this mower, like I said, a month ago, a month and a half or so. So it's obviously dry season. Is this one is not really meant or advertised for wet weather. And a lot of Milwaukee tools are not. So that's the biggest downside, I would say, is if you need to mow wet weather, then this may not be. But if you're in a dry climate, you don't have to worry about the rain and stuff like that, then the Milwaukee has been fantastic in dry conditions. I think it's the most comfortable ergonomic mower I've ever used. It's got plenty of different height positions. Love the soft grip handles. I love how they angle. Very comfortable wrist position. I love the variable speed. It's got a top speed for the transmission that you can set, so that's as fast as it'll go when you put the throttle all the way down, but it's variable, so you can just feather this thing really slow or press it all the way and go. And the other thing is it doesn't lock the rear wheels when you go in reverse like some of the others. It allows you to use the transmission without the blades spinning like the Honda commercials, where some, like the Exmark battery mower, does not let you use the self-propel unless the blade is spinning. So the Milwaukee, that's why I say the Milwaukee's like the best value overall for the price. Just fantastic. Definitely my favorite right now for comfort and stuff. And if I were to like say today, tomorrow, whatever, I decide to retire and not do lawn care anymore, and I had to sell off all of my equipment, the Milwaukee stuff is what I would keep. Just because of the versatility of that battery system, to be able to use it for more than just mowing. I've got trimmers, blowers, hedge trimmers, tree pruners, drills, impact guns, sander, circular saws. You can get everything that uses that platform. So just fantastic units. Definitely this Milwaukee handheld blower, the dual battery model, is my favorite handheld blower, bar none. Oh, I forgot to mow this little strip here, so I'm going to have to do that little one swipe. That's the thing with live streaming. You get distracted a lot. Got to double check, triple check your work. Questions come in kind of out of your normal routine each time you're doing. So you just got to be careful to check your work, make sure you don't miss anything. But yeah, this blower, I love, again, the variable speed trigger, which is nice. The Crest one that I had last couple of years, did not have a variable speed trigger. So it had a variable speed setting dial, but you couldn't like just squeeze the trigger lightly to blow gently or whatever. So that was annoying. And then this one has the best ergonomics, like the shape of the handle, and then the fact, like, look at that balance. With 2 batteries, 1 finger holding the thing. Just awesome. Milwaukee put so much effort into that, I noticed, with all their tools. Just the ergonomics, everything. But yeah, there's that one. Done, cute little backyard. All wrapped up, possibly the last mow for that one. For this temporary. Well, it's getting hard to see the comments right now when I'm walking because the sun is glaring on the screen. I'm going to pull the mower out and do that quick little pass on that side. So let's do that. A little bit of wind right now too. Might be affecting the audio. Let's see here. Derek says, nope, no more beer stuff, just drinking. That's good. I think I saw a post of you on a front porch with your wife, drinking or something, enjoying a cold brew. Warrior One, you ever thought of putting a striping kit on the Mowing mower? I haven't yet. Ironically, I was just thinking about that today. I was using the Crest mower, not thinking about putting a striping kit, but thinking about the quality of the cut of the Milwaukee. You see, it's pretty good there. But I was thinking of it in terms of the fact that last year I was using mostly the Crest mower, and then I used it for part of this season in the beginning. And then I switched to I pulled out the Exmark Commercial 21 battery mower, just to change things up and kind of keep it in rotation. And immediately, like, the cut quality on the Exmark is much nicer than the Crest. So immediately I got comments from customers like, oh, it looks so nice, like the stripes and everything are so nice. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just using a different mower. And then I did that for a few weeks, and then I got the Milwaukee and just started using the Milwaukee, and I didn't tell customers that I switched from the mower that they were complimenting, but I also didn't get any complaints that it now looks different or anything. And I was looking at one today going, yeah, that's pretty comparable to the Exmark versus the Crest. Before the Crest, biggest thing with the Crest is high quality built mower. Fit and finish is fantastic on the Crest, and then of course the Crest batteries are amazing, probably the best in the industry, with that 8-minute 0 to 100% recharge possibility with a cyber tank. But the cut quality is just not quite there. It cuts anything you throw at it. It just doesn't have as nice of a cut, we'll say. And even this Milwaukee, I think, would be even better if it had a true high-lift blade option. I would sacrifice battery life. If it's doing 6-7 lawns, if it did 4 lawns on a set of batteries, like the Crest did, when I switched to high-lift blades on the Crest, it went from 7 lawns to 4. That was perfectly acceptable for the higher cut quality of the high-lift blade to the regular. Let's see here. If there's any more. Put this tripod down. Let me take this off my neck so I can actually focus here in the shade. Derek Chris says, boss is coming back. We'll catch up soon. All right, thanks for stopping by. And Warrior One, I wonder if you can use a universal blade on the Milwaukee lawnmower, that thing. Yeah, I'm not sure. The Milwaukee has those like little shaped cutouts on the blade, the little triangle, and I think it's a circle or maybe a square. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, to make sure that you're putting it in the right direction. So I'm not sure a regular blade would work with that. But yeah, definitely something I'm going to tell Milwaukee about is I've had lots of people talking about high lift blades and wanting an actual real high lift blade for the Milwaukee. So I think that's it for this one, guys. Appreciate everybody. Let me go through the comments here, and just a special thanks to Shawshank Tuari for starting today's chat out. Red Rock Maintenance, thank you so much for jumping into the chat. To Derek Hurst, old friend of mine from the franchise days when we were both in a franchise. Starting out, we used to spend lots of times on the old, what was it called then? Oh, Skype, of course, Skype. We used to spend lots of winters back and forth on Skype, just chatting about lawn care and stuff. Red Rock Maintenance, of course, thanks so much for jumping into the chat today. And to Warrior One for stopping by, checking out my lawn mowing live streams. If you guys like these lawn mowing live streams, I usually do them uh, at least 3 times a week. Usually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, sometimes Monday, sometimes Friday, but usually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, at least once per day. I pick one house that I'm working on and we'll do a live stream from, kind of show you guys what I'm working on, what I'm doing, which customer property I'm working on, and give you guys an opportunity to ask questions and stuff of equipment or whatever other questions you have that I might be able to help you out with and answer. So appreciate you guys jumping onto the live stream. If you like this video, make sure you guys hit that like button. If you want to see more of these live streams, again, not something I can advertise or kind of schedule in advance because so many different scenarios and things that affect the live stream in terms of cell signal and all that sort of stuff. So they're always going to be impromptu. Just kind of depends on the day and the house and whatever else I'm doing. So the best thing is to just hit that subscribe button and then make sure you hit that notification bell because then YouTube will notify you guys right away when I go live. And you guys can come and check it out. So that's it for this one, guys. Thanks to everybody else who just kind of lurked in the background watching the live stream. Appreciate that. If you guys have any questions after the fact, once this is gone off of live, you can just leave them in the normal comments and I'll be sure to answer them. So that's it for this one, guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Again, probably tomorrow, no live stream. I'm going to probably take the day off tomorrow and enjoy some time off and spend the day with my wife. So that's it for this one, guys. We'll talk to you in the next one.